chilling tales for dark nights.
Want to make sure you never miss a Chilling Tales for Dark Nights video again? Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell to turn on notifications.
This is a recorded journal of Prisoner 834. Please listen to these tapes and get back to me as soon as you can. I don't know what else to do. The medication isn't working anymore. And if I can't get some positive results, the doctor is considering more drastic measures. Thank you. Recording number 1. September 1st. I am the Lord of the dead, a shadow born at the edge of the four corners, where the hustlers stood, tortured by the lords and their vices, my black soul crying to the concrete streets. A new breed of gangsters who are the true disciples of Satan, sit like kings on the thrones made for me. The darkness is blinding. It turns the strongest to weak shells of men. And I face evil and loss, and evil never sleeps. Evil never dies. It only roots itself deeper into a man and sucks the nutrients from his soul until nothing is left. Nothing at all. And good intentions become selfish wishes, backhanded schemes for control. And no matter how hard you try, how hard you fight, it will never be enough. The devil dogs sniff out doubters and eat their souls. They use your bones to pick their teeth and your blood to quench their thirst. But they never full. There's always another soul to eat. Always. Always another life to take, another person to break. If the dogs can't break you, they'll find another way. After a few weeks of sleeping between puddles of your own urine and piles of your own feces, you will start to break. Just like I did. Recording number 2. September 2nd. A skeleton in a suit stood on the sidewalk, staring at my place. It was like 3 a.m., the darkest hour of the night. And he had a briefcase in his hand, and that bony, sharp hand with long, twisted fingers. Now, what business is done at this hour? What kind of clients you come to see at 3 a.m.? Them empty holes were his eyes. Them empty holes where his eyes should have been stared at me, making me feel empty of all hope and even of surviving the night. Every night was a fight just to keep my head above water, but the waves that came from my kicking and splashing pushed me further into the deepest part of the water. The monsters of the deep swam up under me, scraping my feet, leaving me wondering if they would swallow me whole or bite me at the waist and rip me in half. The fancy skeleton was beyond horror. Just seeing him would drive the most iron-willed person crazy. And he started walking towards the house, never taking his eyes off me. And I stared down at him until he got under the window and out of view. I listened for the doorbell, and it's stupid to think one of the devil's dogs would ask for permission before he came into my house. And after a few seconds, I saw that dingy white skull climb up to the window and stare at me, laughing like something was funny. Recording number 3. September the 7th. I don't know why they won't let me out. I don't deserve to be here forever. You know, this place is bad for me. I'm not an animal like the rest of them. You know, I'm educated. I'm not an animal like them, man. They should get me up out of this cage, man. I could call my angels and have them rain fire from the sky and destroy this place. But it's not my time yet. You know, my time has passed. My youth, my years of power have passed me by. I'm not half as strong as I think I am. And I'm even weaker than I actually feel. The food is trash. It's unfit for a garbage can. I usually chew it up and spit it out, taking what little nutrients I can from it. And the meat is tougher than the plate that it's served on. Even worse is the room temperature water. Man, what I would do for some ice. Speaking of ice, it's so cold my puddles of urine have frosted over. I often think back to the snazzy, fancy skeleton, and I try to tell myself I made the right choice. I try to tell myself that I made the right decision. But maybe I should have took his offer and shook that dead hand. Recording number 4. September 10th. I try to cry, you know, hoping it'll ease the pain. The tears are stuck in the corners of my eyes, scared that they will fall to the floor and be forgotten with the blood and the sweat. The time I spent as a god has been an unforgiving learning experience. Pain and suffering has become a way of life for me, and joy has become a temptation that the devil will use against me. Last night I went to the beach and put my feet in the warm sand and watched the waves splash against the sand. I dipped my toes in, and the water was cold, so cold it should have been frozen. But I kept dipping my toes in. The cage I'm in is too small to go for walks, too small to even have room to think sometimes. The cage is so cold, my blanket is so thin, my clothes are so raggedy. I'm not gonna make it through the night. I'm gonna die from hypothermia, or at least have to get my fingers and toes cut off from frostbite. Recording number 5. September 13th. I reach out to you because I love you, and I thank you for taking the time to listen. I know it's hard to see me like this, but I'm getting better, I promise. I don't know why they treat me like this. I done been beat on so much. The physical abuse, it ain't that bad no more. It's the mental that really wears on me. The spiritual abuse that really wears on me. I be dreaming about freedom. But dreams turn into nightmares real quick. And I don't know how the other folk put up with this. Am I just weaker than the rest of them? I don't know how they keep hope alive. I be losing my faith. And some of the other prisoners seem like they starting to enjoy it. Laughing and smiling, just accepting this torture. They tell me to make the best of it, do my time and keep it moving, but I can't go for that. Not at all. Not at all, man. I ain't the one, y'all. I could never see myself accepting this. This is punishment, judgment. It's unfair. I'm not gonna sit back and take it. I'm gonna fight back. This is the last recording before the doctor steps in. The date is September 17th. Surgery is scheduled for this evening. I pray that there is some difference in the patient, in the prisoner today. I pray that the Lord is with him. The devil inside me, he helps me sleep at night. He thirsty to send me to bed so he can show me her nightmares. The dreams are usually stupid at first, lame jokes and forced conversations between me and people I never met that I've known my whole life. And then they turn dark and gloomy, horrible. Those are the words that come to mind, but they don't do nowhere near enough good a job to explain what I see and how bad it really is. The people who are my friends, they start to change. They get aggressive and they grab me by my head. They put me in a headlock and wrench my neck till it's so uncomfortable and painful that I can't do nothing but scream. They too big and strong for me to do anything about it, so I scream and kick until they get tired of me, and they all lay on top of me, twisting my arms and legs up. And when I'm finally so tired of fighting that I feel like I'ma pass out, they take a needle and jam it into my neck and keep it in my neck. From this point, I'm woke. But I can't feel or hear or taste or smell. It's like I'm a ghost. It's like I'm just a spirit. And I see the tiles on the floor, black and white, over and over again while they carry me to my room. And even though I can't feel, I can feel this room is cold. This room is cold. And not from no AC. This room a different kind of cold. And I'm putting in a chair, strapped in, arms, waist, legs, thighs, ankles, chest, neck, forehead. I'm locked in. And the next part is why I pray hard. I pray hard that I wake up and my head's leaned to the back. And the doctor takes something long and metal and sticks it up my nose. It's hard to see exactly what's going on because my eyes tear up so bad. And now I can feel. Now my senses start to come back. And I want to go into a rage and jerk my head and spit at the doctor, but I don't have the urge to. I try to just remember that it's just a dream and it will pass sooner or later. You know, that I'll wake up. I'll wake up and see that it's all just inside my head. But my urge to fight, I feel it slipping away.
Chilling tales for dark nights.